Hey, how's it going? It is All the News. My name is Adam. Yeah, and I thought we'd look at some interesting news from the Telegraph today, the Telegraph newspaper in the UK. And I don't even know what we're looking at myself. What on earth are we looking at? I don't know. Let's have a look. Teacher placed on leave, which means don't come into school after parents criticise size Z prosthetic breasts. What the hell, dude? Kayla Lemieux was reportedly photographed outside school dressed as a man and without the prosthetics, but claims it wasn't me, said the frankly insane person. Canadian teacher, here he is, has been reportedly been placed on leave after months of criticism. No, from parents about her size Z prosthetic breast. Her. That's a guy. Kayla Lemieux, an industrial arts teacher. A what? An industrial arts teacher. What is an industrial arts when it's at home? What even is that? Industrial arts? I don't even know. At Oakville, I did maths and English when I was at school. We didn't do industrial arts. Oakville Trafalgar High School in Ontario, Canada, was reportedly photographed by a newspaper outside school, dressed as a man and without the prosthetics. There's a picture. That's what he looks like. This is the guy, and he's been going to school as a teacher. Like this. Jesus Christ, man. What? The teacher, industrial arts, has maintained that it was not her in the photograph. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's not her, is it, in the photograph? And that the breasts are real. Ms. Lemieux has said she suffers from a rare condition called gigantomastia. No, you don't, my friend. You suffer from a quite common condition called being quite mad. And that she was born intersex. No, I don't believe that either. Rather than being transgender. No, I don't believe any of those words are true. That or this. None of it. Mental health issues? Yes. I believe that. According to the National Institute of Health, gigantomastia is a rare condition characterised by excessive breast growth. In the wake of the photograph being published of this guy, a spokesman for the Halton District School Board in Ontario told the Toronto Sun, while not currently on active assignment, the teacher remains employed. How? If I turned up as a teacher like that, I would be fired so quickly. I was a teacher. I taught law. Law. I don't know what industrial arts are, and I never dressed like that. Not in my life. It's just insane. Controversy around the teacher began last year when it emerged it's a guy, was teaching classes in a wig, tight top, showing Z-cut breasts. I'm not sure they're Z either. It's like, it's just two space hoppers you got down your top for some bizarre reason. With protruding, like you can't even say these words. The ensuing saga led to heated board meetings. I bet it did. At which parents complained his appearance was inappropriate for children. And there were bomb threats. Well, I don't know about that. You don't want to blow up a school. I bet it was the kids, really, wasn't it? Last month, the New York Post photographed what the newspaper claimed was Ms. Lemieux. It's not a Ms. It's a guy. I mean, this is the problem with wokeactivism and the left. They twist themselves up in such linguistic craziness because they can't admit the fundamental truth. This is a guy. And so they have to say crazy things like protruding nipple, Z-cut breast. Lemieux. No, that's a guy. That's a guy. As a bloke. In an interview at a separate time with breasts, Mrs. Lemieux, Mr. Lemieux, told the New York Post, "I can't tell you who that is in the photograph, right? Because it's you. Because I don't want to bring anyone else into this." This guy is clearly off his trolley. This is who I am. This is how I look. I'm always going out looking the way I am. I'm not wearing prosthetic breasts. These are real. He says, no, they're not, are they? Not at all. Not even close. No, they're not. The teacher told the newspaper that he began hormone replacement therapy in 2021 and was in transition. I don't believe that, and I don't believe this. However, he said he was not a transgender person, having been born intersex. I don't believe that either. There's a lot of things about this story I don't believe. Experts give varying estimates of how rare it is to be born intersex, with it being somewhere between 0.018 of the population and 1.7% of the population. Well, if you don't know, and these are hugely different, these are out by a factor of 2. Like an order of 2 different orders. Mr. Lemieux said, gigantomastia had been brought on by hormone therapy. I don't think you're taking hormones. I don't believe a word you say. Not a word. He told the New York Post, it's rare, is it, that you're crazy. There's no doubt about it. It affects women on a very rare basis. Right, okay, but you're not a woman. But in my case, I believe that my doctor thinks, have you got any evidence for this, please? Because I have XX chromosomes, evidence and citation needed, that has something to do with it, and hormone sensitivity to estrogen has caused it. I don't believe a single word of any of that whole paragraph. In fact, this whole story I have real problems with, but that one, completely false. In a subsequent email response to the Toronto Sun, he said, I decided to break my silence. Right. This is all about attention, and put my name next to my statements, and now I'm being asked to provide proof. I really don't know how to help you with that. Medical exam could work wonders for that. Could work wonders. A school backs the teacher. Of course they did. Of course they did. There's some other pictures of Kayla Lemieux. Let's have a look at some other random pictures. I just typed, copy and pasted his name, and then did images, and we've got this guy. We've got what on earth are you doing? This is the person's in school. Look at this kid. He's like, what is going on? And this, be careful with that chop saw. I mean, well, you don't need to, because it's novelty breast you got from the joke shop. But yeah, it's the attention. He's loving the attention. That's what it's all about. And this little poor kid down here. It's like, what the actual what? Is this the guy? It could be a comedy joke. Is this comedy? If it was, it's genius. It is absolute. I don't know what we got here. No, this is quite frankly absurd. Who knows what is going on in this world we live in, sort of. School backs the teacher. Of course it does. Of course it does. Because walking around like this in school, perfectly fine. Perfectly acceptable in any sensible school. The Halton District School Board previously backed the teacher. Of course they did. In a statement in September, gender identity and gender expression are protected grounds under the Ontario Human Rights Code. At a recent protest, parents carried signs saying, this is frankly ridiculous. No, I feel mocked and too far. And student-teacher role model. Yeah, imagine if you're a school kid and they said you can't come in because your skirt's too short, and then your teacher turns up looking like Cupid Stunt, Kenny Everett, back in the day. Remember Kenny Everett, Cupid Stunt? Remember that? And he's like, oh yeah, it's all done in best possible taste. And yeah, and you're told you can't go to school because your skirt's too short. This guy turns up. Brilliant. That's just brilliant. Hayden McKillop, is that a real name? Okay. A pupil at school told CBC Toronto there should be a dress code for teachers. There is. Like, there literally is. When I was a teacher, it was, a shirt and a tie and a jacket, a nice jacket, or you could go with a smart jumper. That'd be perfectly acceptable. Some smart shoes and some dark coloured socks. That's like standard dress code for teachers. It's not that. Whatever it is, it's not that. It's not that at all. That's not the dress code in any shape or form. Jesus Christ, man. This is the left. This is the problem with the left and where they go and what they have to put up with for their, frankly, lunacy. And this is just left-wing ideology. So, and they have to pretend. They have to pretend this guy's a woman, call him female names, say this is perfectly acceptable, let him go to school, and Jesus Christ, the left wing, man. What is their issue? Yeah. Students have to follow the rules. I think teachers should follow the rules. That's what I think the main problem is. Not anything to do with transgender. It's nothing to do with transgender. This is attention seeking. This is it's desperate cry for attention. It's just the dress code. Well, the school district came up with some Weasley lies and said it would prioritise education and a learning environment for our students, but at the same time, we're holding firm to our values of insanity. That's what we're holding firm to. Frankly, insanity. That's what the school board said. The school district. Brilliant. This week, Ontario's Minister for Education. Wow, it's gone right up to the Minister for Education. Stephen, I'm going to go Lecce, don't know, told the Toronto Star, Halton parents are rightfully outraged at what's taking place. The welfare of kids should prevail in our judgments in school boards and in government. Well, that's quite logical for a Minister of Education in the Canadian Parliament, which surprises me vastly, considering who their Prime Minister is. Professional appearance. In January, the school board agreed to come up with a policy for teachers to have an appropriate and professional appearance. How very dare you, how very dare you, how can you say this is not a professional and and here he is, skydiving. Brilliant. Oh, and he's done himself a mischief. And he's going to get his chop saw out again. And he loves that chop saw, this guy. What have we got? Brilliant. This guy's turned up. He's like, oh, what? So are you saying we can all turn up like this everywhere? And Brilliant. No, I'm not. I was thinking, shall I do that? No. No, it looks frankly absurd. However, a spokeswoman, of course it is, for parents group Students First Ontario said the board had failed to develop a policy that will address the issue at hand, a dress code and professionalism of teachers to ensure that students attend classes in an environment that is safe and distraction-free. Yeah, sort of. I mean, yeah, they just wrap themselves up in just lunacy. When you start believing crazy things, like this guy's a woman, and you make everyone say, okay, yeah, this guy's a woman, and they all have to drink the Kool-Aid and toe the line and say, yeah, this guy's a woman, and then obviously you have to let him walk around like this. So funny. At a board meeting last month, Julia Mallow, a transgender mother, said that what Ms. Limio was wearing in class was absolutely not appropriate for school. No, yeah, of course it's not. It's frankly absurd. It is frankly absurd. It's just absurd. What is industrial arts anyway? She said it is fetish wear. Yes, there you go, Julia. It's fetish wear used in sex work and the drag industry or people in their own houses who enjoy. I think it's a cry for attention, but it's fetish wear, it's sexualization of the school environment for attention. It's certainly not something I'd want my daughter to see, or frankly anybody. It's just lunacy. But this is what you get when you go down the pathway of woke. Then this guy becomes your teacher of industrial arts. Well, let me know your thoughts and your hopes, your dreams, your ambitions, and this guy. All right, I don't know what to say anymore. All right, I will see you guys later.